Hi, I'm Alan Sitomer. We're here today with Carrie Ryan, author, personality, wonderful writer. And Carrie, I want to ask you right now, how important is attitude to the success of your career and you think just the career of writers in general?
I mean, I think it's really important. I feel like, but I feel like that's for life as a whole. Like, I think that if you dwell on where things go poorly, then you're not going to allow yourself to have success. Like if you're not willing to say, okay, this happened, this wasn't great. You could sit in a slump for forever, or you could say, I'm gonna take this and run with it. Like, you can't just dwell. I mean, I've had things in my career go in ways that aren't the way I would have wanted them to go. And I look back at it and I think, I wouldn't be where I am now. Like, I have a series that I love working on, and this wouldn't have happened if everything had gone according to plan a couple of years ago. So, I mean, I feel like you do sort of have to acknowledge the parts where it's hard. I mean, just because it's your dream job doesn't mean that there aren't bad days, and authors should be allowed to say, like, this is really hard a lot. But I feel like attitude is, I mean, for writing in life, I mean, it's really important. You just don't want to, I don't know, it's all cyclical, like you said as well. Like, I have friends who have gone through difficult times and have turned it around, and you just keep going. If this is your career, you just keep going. It's like, Dory from Finding Nemo. Just keep swimming.
Just
Like a lot of times that's what it is. You don't know what's at the bottom. You just keep swimming.
that is great right there. So then, as part of being, I know you're sort of close friends with a lot of very popular authors. Do you find that sense of camaraderie important to your own professional career in a certain way?
I do. In fact, I just got back from a conference where, we got to hang out with authors. It's hard because it means that so many of my friends don't live in the same city as I do, and so I get to see some of my close friends like maybe twice a year. But being with people who can give you advice, who can say, I understand where you're coming from, or you can just share really terrible things that you've written that got cut. I think that's really important. Like, I don't think that I don't think I'd be where I am without having had the support of friends who really understood the writing world. And I feel very fortunate for that. I feel like, especially in YA, it's a small community. And like, it's surprising how often you meet someone you've never met before, but because you both have an acquaintance in common, you may as well be friends already. They aren't a stranger to you. And I really love that about YA. I love how, like, open and inviting it is.
It's funny because that's how you and we met at a conference, and then we just sort of, next thing you know, we're sitting, it's late at night, and we're chatting craft, and it feels like we've been talking like this for years and years, right? I mean, that's how it goes. It's great stuff, and I think that that fellowship notion is really important for the emotional support, for the feedback, for because there's almost a part of writing that, unless you're talking to somebody who actually does it, you just don't get how hard it can sometimes be, or how to stop and smell the roses too when it's going well.
Well, and also, I mean, to a certain extent, authors are public personas, and so, when I have a bad day, like, I'm not necessarily, my first instinct isn't to go online and share that, but you still want to be able to talk to somebody about it, and to say, well, just even to share that you had a bad day, or to share, great news, because I'm sure you're very aware a lot of times you get news that you're not allowed to share, and so, you have those things on Twitter where you're like, I have news, you won't find out about it for a year, and then you get the emails from friends being like, okay, what's the news? Because you can share it with some of them because they understand, okay, this doesn't go, we always call it vaulted. This doesn't go beyond, this little group. It's nice to be able to share that stuff.
I like that term. You have that vaulted group that, like, only you can know, right?
Exactly. It's all in the vault.
That's right. That's great. Carrie, I just want to say thank you very much for joining us today. You are absolutely a great writer. Check out Carrie Ryan's website. She's on Twitter. She's on Facebook. Her books are awesome. If you have any desire to sort of jump in and really enter into a world that's adventurous, fun, exciting, look up Carrie Ryan. I couldn't be a bigger fan. Thank you so much for joining us today, Carrie. You are great.
Awesome. I just need to take you with me everywhere now. Like I'm just gonna put you in front of people and be like, and now we have Alan. Thank you.
Bye bye, Carrie.
Bye. See you later.
All right. Great.